Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. Today we're talking burgers and fries in Ardmore, and later in the show we're going to talk about bison on the prairie. I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
So, Mr. World Traveler, I say World Traveler, you're Mr. Chickasaw. You're the king of the Chickasaw Nation. No, you're a travel guide for Chickasaw country, not Chickasaw Nation.
I should be. I should have some sort of formal ID, like a badge.
Like an ambassador?
No, I want a badge. Like
You
a
can
badge
still-
and a gun. Can I have a badge and a gun as an ambassador? Because I'll be ambassador to Chickasaw country if I get not a lame FBI plaque lacquer thing, neck. What do they call those things?
a bolo tie?
No, the badges.
I don't know. You flip it out and go FBI?
Like the ones a lanyard.
A
I don't want a
lanyard.
lame FBI.
You don't want a
lanyard.
laminate?
I want a big honking
Howdy partner badge?
brass,
And it
with
says-
weight on
It
it.
says junior. It says junior ambassador on it.
And a gun.
And to get and what kind of gun? I want a Desert Eagle, man.
I don't know if I would. No, I don't want a Desert Eagle.
What about the most powerful gun?
I'll take a
Handgun?
Judge.
Oh, I figured you'd go with the most powerful handgun in the world.
Yeah, no.
357. Isn't that what it is? Or used to be.
No, 44 Magnum.
Oh, yeah. 44 Magnum, most powerful handgun.
Dirty
in the world.
Aries.
Could be Dirty Harley.
Dirty Harley.
The travel ambassador. Click, click, boom.
Dirty Harvey Covenator.
Yeah, you've been that. So, but you've done some, again.
So, we've unpacked the year for camping. We've got things set up for the whole year, scheduled out. We're going to Grand Lake this year, which we hadn't camped at yet.
I feel like you're rubbing it in, but go. Please
No,
continue.
I'm
no,
not.
You
So we just wrapped up our
spring
Our-
extravaganza.
inaugural trip,
Yeah.
camping trip, and we talked to some campers, and there is an idea that came up that I think
What?
needs to be seriously considered. I think there should be a 2-tiered pricing structure for the state parks.
Okay. Meaning.
Meaning, if you have Oklahoma tags,
You should get a
everything should be
discount.
cheaper.
Yeah.
But I think we're not charging enough. So what I think is they ought to raise the prices for
Uh-huh.
everybody from outside of the state.
Yeah.
Because, dude, we were at Lake Murray.
Yeah.
80% of the vehicles that I saw
Out
had
of state.
Texas tags.
Yeah.
And up north, it's Kansas.
Yeah. I mean, but that also, in a way, sidebar to that is it says a lot about what you have to provide for.
Well, I've been to the parks outside of the state, and here's my personal complaint about most of the parks outside of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Especially when they're lakefront, RV style
Mm-hmm.
parks, they overfill them.
Yeah.
Like, there is no room to enjoy the scenery because they're just stacked on top of I mean, they may as well, build elevated parking and have RVs parked over top of other RVs.
Yeah.
It's just not a good experience.
It's a parking lot.
You come to Oklahoma, you go to the RV sites, and most of the time you have a view that's just your view.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Yeah.
So I think raising the prices for out of state would bring in more revenue for the state, because I don't think the number of people coming to our parks is going to drop. So it'll bring more in, but it'll also make it more cost efficient for the people in the state.
But how do
to
you
take part.
how do you slip Texas a Mickey without them going, hey, hang on a second? You know what I mean? Like, you're charging more this year. Would they just be under the assumption that it's across the board?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
If you're an Oklahoma resident and you've got a discount pass, so when you log in,
Yeah.
there's a little spot for your discount codes,
Uh-huh.
and you type in your Oklahoma license plate number, and
Yeah.
ta-da!
I mean, again, it has zero effect on me, but as somebody that's an avid camper, might be onto something.
I think it's a good idea. I think we're making money hand over fist in tourism in the state.
Yeah.
But I honestly think we should encourage people in Oklahoma to spend their money in Oklahoma.
Yeah. There has to be an incentive to be from, you got to be able to make some incentive.
And most of the tax dollars that support that have supported all the expansions and all that at the parks in Oklahoma, that came from Oklahoma taxpayers.
Right.
So why should they pay the same price as somebody from Texas to use the park?
Right. No, it makes perfect sense.
So
absolutely.
I think it's a good idea. And speaking of Lake Murray and Ardmore and that general vicinity, we recently went to a restaurant that was recommended by one of our listeners because you and I had an issue with not being able to find very many places in Ardmore that weren't fast food restaurants.
Well, and especially for somebody that, let's be fair, and maybe the deck is loaded because you're down there a lot, but we've talked about it. Where do we, meaning anyone, go on that Saturday night or the Friday night when you just want to, kids don't want hot dogs over the fire and let's go get a burger.
Yeah. And we found a place.
Yeah.
The place. Burgers and Fries. It's a drive-through burger joint in Ardmore, Oklahoma on North Washington Street. It's been there since 1975.
That's the thing about it. Some of my favorite places to get a burger or get something that's bad for me, greasy, that I know exactly what I'm getting myself into, are well established. Greasy Spoon, you know what I mean?
They have a great sign. I mean, the name of the restaurant is Burgers and Fries.
Yeah.
But they've got a really nice vintage 1975 sign.
Yeah.
The marquee, Burgers and Fries.
It looks like you just hopped out of a time machine.
It does. And it's a walk-up / drive-through. There's a drive-through and there's a walk-up.
Yeah.
We went at 2 o'clock, a little after 2, on a Friday.
Yeah.
And they were slammed. Like, you would have thought we pulled up at noon.
You're like looking at your clock going, is this right?
Yeah. Dude, there were probably 20, 25 people ahead of us.
Yeah. And
I got my food in under 15 minutes.
So, you got your food, but what was the soup du jour? Obviously, when you go to a place called Burgers and Fries, you're probably going to be asked politely to leave if you ask for a chicken wrap.
They have a full menu.
Really?
It is a huge menu.
Yeah.
So they have breakfast and, the full
Monty.
The full Monty when it comes to breakfast. They've got breakfast sandwiches. They've got pancakes, biscuits and gravy.
Jeez.
The
ribeye steak? Come on. At a walk-up drive-through counter, ribeye steak?
Yes. They have chicken strips. They have burgers. They have sandwiches, hot dogs, salads. Fountain drinks seem to be a big thing with them.
Oh, I'm sure.
They have several flavors from the local HTO location.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So what I will say about this place, I've talked about my childhood experience.
Yep.
With the little old man in the park who
mustard
made
burger.
It was mustard
or
pickle.
ketchup.
Nope.
Or no, just mustard
pickles.
Yeah.
Hamburger in the park with a Coke.
$5, right?
$2.
$2. Sorry.
Hamburger and a Coke. $2.
I was adding inflation naturally. Go ahead.
This burger reminded me of that almost instantaneously.
Really?
I don't know what it was.
What did you get? So, you know what? You and I have never had we've had many a thing. We've had ribs. We've had steak. We've had any number of things. I don't know that you and I have ever, in our 15-year odyssey, have ever shared a hamburger. What burger did you get? Tell me.
So I had the double burger, which is lettuce, pickles, and fried onions.
Okay.
And mustard. Was the perfect softness of bun. It was crispy on the inside and fluffy and soft on the outside. I didn't eat a lot of the bun, but I did have to try it for the show.
Right. It's for the kids.
The burger had the perfect amount of char.
Did it have a little bit of that crisp on the edge? Just a little bit. See, you lost me though with fried onions and then the other veggies. I think that sometimes that heat has a tendency to wilt.
It was just lettuce.
Okay.
And I'm not a big fan normally either.
Okay.
But it was just enough lettuce that, like you could check the box that you ate a vegetable.
Well, and here's the thing real quick, and we'll get back to it. I think recently I've been in a situation similarly where I didn't know exactly what was on the burger. So when they're like, everything? Yeah. When they're like, everything? I was like, yeah, just give me everything.
Right.
And then after having it, I was like, I may not do that again. And then the next time I went in, I forgot. It was a last-minute decision to get another hamburger. And I'm like, son of a gun, I ordered it. God, I wanted to take that other stuff off there. Because I think, like I said, sometimes that lettuce gets a little wilty. And
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
But the amount of lettuce that was on here in comparison to everything else,
right?
The lettuce being a little wilty because of the heat and steam of everything else, I didn't even notice it. Like it was just like unflavored onions.
So what was your...
Had fries.
Okay.
Which were great. I had to do it because the name of the restaurant is Burger and Fries.
Right.
So I had fries, but I also got an order of onion rings, homemade, hand battered.
Because you can tell.
Yes, you can tell. You can especially tell when you get the end piece of the onion.
Yeah.
Like that weird onion ring that's not a ring. It's just a coin.
Like the top of it, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, they were phenomenal.
Yeah. I question an onion ring when it's too perfect. You know what I mean? I need my onion rings to look like they've, been rolled down the
Same thing with McDonald's. Every single chicken nugget looks like it was
made with a machine.
Like identical twins with every other nugget ever made. Like, I'm sorry, there are no imperfections in your process at all.
Yeah, right.
Like, your knife didn't slip one time in the making of... No, it didn't.
Well, there's somebody out there going, you know what? I won't go anywhere if it don't look perfect. McDonald's is perfect. You've got problems. But, well, good.
Yeah, so they've got great desserts. They've got ice cream. Again, I'm not doing ice cream anymore.
Yeah.
But it's off the charts.
They have everything.
They really do. They're really fast. They're really friendly. And I'm telling you, the line out front said everything I needed to know about that restaurant. You just don't have a lunch rush in the middle of the afternoon.
And I'll tell you what, Sonic don't have no bread pudding either.
They do not. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., closed Saturday and Sunday.
You know what we're going to have to do? We're just going to have to comprise a show that's called Funky Hours Millionaires, dude, because this is another restaurant. When you can afford to be closed on Saturday and Sunday, and maybe they can't. Who knows? I don't know I'm not your accountant,
right.
Burgers and Fries, but that's a risk. You know what I mean? Especially you've got a lot of that tourism traffic, but if you can do it, more power to you. I just know that I'll probably never be able to eat at Burgers and Fries, but golly, man. There's so many things on that menu, but here's my deal.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to a place and it's called Burgers and Fries or barbecue, whatever, or I don't care if you got 100 things on the menu. I'm here for two things: burgers
and fries.
Yeah. Or I'm gonna take a swing at your onion rings. Like if I'm gonna blow out my fast on a Saturday or a Friday, I'm having onion rings more than likely. That's what's going to happen.
I agree 100%. If you want more information about Burgers and Fries in Ardmore, Oklahoma, we're going to include a link in the show notes. Check them out, and if you are ever anywhere in the area, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.,
swing through.
Definitely.
Well, coming up next, Bison's got a brand new bag.
I'm Raven Rollins, and this is my Southern True Crime podcast where I discuss cases from my former hometown. Ada, Oklahoma paints itself as an average community, but its history of murder and corruption runs deeper than any story has ever told. You'll hear plenty of special guests, including authors and experts in their fields, who visit with me on each episode, as well as other cases in the southern states. With notorious and unknown cases alike, every victim sees the light on my show. This is Sirens, a true crime podcast.
All right, news story from KFOR, Kaylee Douglas. Chickasaw National Recreation Area bison herd is getting a brand new pasture.
I get the feeling, and maybe I am a speaker of truth. I feel like you're on the payroll and I'm not, because Chickasaw Nation is paving the way in gold for us.
I don't understand anything of what you just said.
What I'm saying is, like, we're doing a lot of Chickasaw. Are we trying to ring the doorbell at the corporate office up there? I mean, we could change this show
to
all about bison.
Chickasaw National Recreation
Podcast tourists. Yeah.
So this story is out of Sulphur, Oklahoma. The Chickasaw National Recreation Area, or CNRA, says its bison herd is going to be relocated to greener pastures. So I think this is a cool story.
Yeah.
I love the bison story. Their herd was established with 3 bison in 1920.
Wow.
So this is 100-year-old legacy.
Yeah.
And they have quite a few more now. But this new pasture that they're putting in is 42 acres. And it's smaller than their older pasture, but it has more grazeland available for the bison. And they can rotate them out, which is good for the land. Funny aside, when I was married the first time, my in-laws had 3 bison. They're an interesting animal, to say the very least. They can be sitting perfectly still and then the next minute just bolt. Yeah, I think that, and we really need to do a show that's like
pro-bison?
No, we need to do an episode of this show giving people like the Oklahoma tips. And I think bison aren't cows.
Right.
Should be at the top of that list.
Oh,
it scares me the way I see people interact with bison, like in the Wichita National
They will
Refuge.
F you up.
Yeah, they're not cows.
They're not cows.
And they can cover, I've seen some fast cows, I've seen some mean cows, but I've never seen a cow flip on a dime the way a bison will.
Right.
Like, you just did something to upset him.
Yeah.
And he's going to flip your car now.
There are a lot of people out there that have a trophy case full of Darwin Awards for for messing with bison.
Yeah.
They're peaceful animals until...
Yeah, they're peaceful animals at a distance.
At a very...
Respect that.
Yes, a very respected distance.
Their new pasture just opened up or is opening up very soon. So if you're in the area and you want to see the bison from a safe distance with a fence between you and them, this is definitely the place to do it. If you want more information on this KFOR news story, we'll include a link in the show notes.
What is a buffalo's favorite greeting?
I have no idea.
Bison. You don't like that?
That would be...
Oh, wait. Not greeting, but what is it?
Farewell?
Farewell. It's bison.
Yeah. You're a nerd.
Well, thank you all again for listening. If you would do us a favor, do yourself a favor. You love to rank your favorite restaurants. Can you do us a favor and tell us what you think about us?
Give us a review, or if you're not interested in giving us a review, shoot us over an email at onlyanokshow@gmail.com. Let us know what you want us to cover, or what you like, what you don't like.
Or not cover. Don't cover hamburgers anymore, guys. You don't know anything about hamburgers.
That's a distinct possibility.
I mean, the choice is yours. We need keyboard samurais.
If you're done with hamburgers and you want fish fries,
right,
let us know.
You want us to talk about vegan restaurants? Please don't do it, because I don't know anymore. I quit. Anyway, this has been the Only No Case Show. I'm Brett.
And I'm Harley, and we're out of here.
Peace.
shoot us over an even. Blah, 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 blah. My kids love their chicken nuggets. I don't understand how how a McDonald's chicken nugget is even like how the FDA says, yeah, you can serve that to people.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, Carson, and maybe it's just kid shit. Carson won't eat chicken from anywhere but Sherry's Diner.
Is it real chicken?
I mean, as far as I can tell, yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but are you fine with it at 6 o'clock at night when they close at 2 and you can't? We tried because we were talking to the waitress. We're like, so what chicken do you guys use? She's like, well, I'll go ask Carlos. So she goes, comes back.
Recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
She goes, comes back and says, Carlos says it's just Tyson. She goes, what you might try? Because they give these little paper, cardboard, old cars.
Mm-hmm.
For like your chicken strip basket, whatever. She goes, you might try to take one of those cars and see if it works. Shit. No. That car was dead on arrival, man. He was like, nah, I'm buying this shit.
Like, I don't know who the hell you think you're fooling with your flashy car, but it ain't working. And
what is it? We got some, they like shells and cheese. Kids like weird shit. Well, not weird shit, but
they're like bland shit with no flavor.
So they'll eat shells and cheese, no problem. We get some higher quality mac and cheese. Just grab some Bob Evans. Carson won't touch it. He'll wait you out. You're like, you're not getting down until you eat something. He's like, eventually you're like, well,
it sucks, but I promise you, the best solution to that is
not have kids.
No, like
what?
Sorry, bud. This is all of the food that there is. There is no other food.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'll put it up here, and if you decide you're hungry,
we do that. We do that all the time. And because I told him, and sometimes you think he doesn't understand, but I was like, look at me. If you don't eat this,
there's nothing else.
You ain't, and you're not snacking the rest of the night.
There ain't no goldfish. There ain't no apple slices.
That little shit didn't ask for a sink. Got Rice Krispie. I mean, all kinds of options. He's like, okay, basically. Like, he didn't ask for shit. But I'm at the same time going, how is he not just like, there are days when I'm trying to fast and I'm like, I'll take anything. Like, I'm like digging through the trash. I don't know how kids do it. You can literally live on next to nothing or just bullshit. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, if I eat a roll, I'm like, I'm ready to freaking pass out.
I can't do ice cream.
I haven't eaten ice cream on a regular basis in years, and because it thickens the mucus.
Mm-hmm.
So I start
getting
sinus headache.
Yep.
It's like it's not worth it.
No.
And then when I'm done eating it, you said it kind of messes with your stomach.
Yeah.
For me, it just kind of, I was thinking about things that I used to eat that if I eat, you kind of start listening. After a while, you eventually start listening to your body and go, you probably shouldn't eat a lot of, I eat a very minuscule amount of bread now. I don't hardly eat any dairy. I don't eat ice cream. I'll eat Greek yogurt, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know how kids.
People that I talk to about it.
Yeah.
They'll, you're trying to lose weight. Like,
no,
like it's not good for you.
Yeah.
Like if you stop eating it,
things happen.
And then you like come back to it, you can feel it.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Chinese food feels like you've been assaulted.
I love Chinese food, but
I do too.
I can't
but
eat it.
It feels like you have been mugged.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you don't eat Chinese, if you eat right for a couple of weeks and then you go eat Chinese food,
it's like, oh,
dude, it feels like you got mugged by Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
like, shit hurts. Like my ribs hurt up here at the top. Like why is
that? Where there's nothing,
exactly.
Where there isn't anything, it hurts.
Like my shoulder blade, I popped my shoulder blade out of socket. What's going on?
Why do I feel like I have breasts? You mean no, your chest? No, I think I have breasts now from Crab Rangoon.
Seriously. It's not good for you.
No.
And people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like, well, a little bit here and there. Like, no, it's literally poison.
Mm-hmm.
You're eating poison. And all of the shelf stable stuff.
Yeah.
You may as well go to a damn funeral home and see if they'll just go ahead and embalm you now.
Right.
Like the stuff that comes in Kraft mac and cheese, the Ritz crackers, California just banned I want to say 23 different candies that were already illegal everywhere other than the United States.
Seriously?
Skittles.
Wow.
I don't know what the chemical is in it, but it's that causes cancer, and we're feeding it to our kids,
Shit.
giving it to them as a treat.
Well,
it's messed up.
and they're already talking about food additives that make you eat more of them, like hot Cheetos and Takis and all these other that are coated with whatever the hell it is to make you want more.
McDonald's has been doing that for decades.
Yeah.
They figured out on their fries, if they sprinkle a little sugar in their salt,
Mm-hmm.
that you can't stop them.
No.
Oh, that's weird. We made it addictive.
Yeah, I don't like fries, but I like McDonald's fries.
Everybody
Why?
does.
Why?
Yeah. And, dude, tell me the last time you got a deal of McDonald's fries
Mhm.
where you threw any of them in the trash.
Never. 3, 2, 1.